I love the room. An incredible crowd indeed, Warner. Very impressed with everyone's patience and actually care. The care that the judges have taken with every presentation just goes to show that you have earned that spot there in those seats. So we always begin the Jackie Robinson Fortitude Award with a little flashback. For the past 3 years, Warren and I, First Fridays, and my organization, the Toronto Community Advisory Board, have painstakingly identified stalwarts in our community who deserve this special recognition. People who have emulated the life and the contributions of the great late Jackie Robinson, who is in his 70th year of breaking the color barrier in Major League Baseball. So if you'll just bear with us and pay attention to the screens and watch some of the heroes that we've celebrated thus far. Mr. Gordon from G98, give it up. Come on, these are our heroes, the late great Austin Clark, Honorable Margaret Best, the Honorable Gene Augustine, Tanya Williams, Real World Film Festival, Miss Beck Seven in the house, come on, make some noise. Trey Anthony, come on, Isaac, real estate mogul. And the list continues, the Harry Tubman Community Organization, Pam and Pat, Moses and Patricia Mawak, Planet Africa TV, our dear MP Selena, Sons and Jennifer, come on now, Robert Small, Brother Robert Small from the Black History Month posters, Jojo Chinto, supermodel Stacy McKenzie, and now we are proud to add to this illustrious list there it is, everyone, and here we are today. So I wish you all good evening and welcome you to a very exciting, riveting First Friday's edition of Dragon's Den. Please give it up to all the brave brothers and sisters, the future leaders of our world economy who have stepped into the den and to share their impressive businesses with us. It's not easy to make yourself vulnerable, right? In front of so many people, so give it up. We do have a very accomplished panel of judges, and I'd like to thank them all for agreeing to join First Fridays and offer both their capital and their criticism, for they both bring value and present something to the presenters, such as helping fuel their business or maybe even fixing their business. It's very fitting tonight that I noticed there was an absent seat at the table. And you see there was a dragon who sat at that table years ago, and he gave feedback. But not only did he give feedback, but after the event, he gave back and helped feed those who are hungry for knowledge, resources, and support. This dragon I'm referring to is Horace Gooding, a man who's excelled in business many times over. His legacy is linked to successful nursing homes, all the way to owning Contrast newspaper before he succumbed. But before he passed, we were in the process, he and I, of bringing Contrast newspaper back in various mediums, and he believed in me. You know, he spoke life into my ambition to be mayor of Toronto. For that, I will forever be grateful. And he passed, in my opinion, far too soon, and he'd be greatly missed. His accomplishments made him a business marvel. His desire to help made him a friend. And Warren, because of you and First Fridays, you made him a dragon. So I'd like to just take a moment to pay homage and respect with a moment of silence. Thank you. Now, from one dragon to another, Our recipient tonight also has dragon added to her unbelievably impressive resume. Angela Samuels, CEO of Voluptuous Incorporated. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, her story are what they make movies about. And I know exactly who would play you. Look at you, looking like Jennifer Hudson over there. No, they share a great likeness, of course. But you ask yourself, who is Miss Samuels? And I actually asked myself that question when we're in the process of assessing the short list of people who are qualified tonight to receive this award. And it was hard to find a lot of information, and it wasn't until the interview with her where I realized why it was so difficult for me and probably anyone else who was interested in finding out who she was. And there's a reason for that. But I will say this, from my experience thus far, she is a glass ceiling shattering, mall moving into, LA red eye traveling, breastfeeding, fashion model, mom, and mogul. She's been able to get some of the hardest critics in the world to believe in her and to work with her. And those tough critics, ladies and gentlemen, is family. Voluptuous was started when she was about 23 years old. A dream that seemed to be an impossible dream. Something many of you entrepreneurs in this room today can relate to. I think that's really what qualifies her so much for being a judge here tonight, because she knows what it takes to break through the doubt and just do it. And I hope you presenters take what she shared with you to heart, because I know it came from hers. Many can testify to her work ethic and her innovation. What she's been able to do without the tools that we have today simply baffles me. The things that we have today to help us grow our business, and not just grow customers, but the educational tools that we have online to help us research our market, our competitors, all from the comforts of our home. These things were not available when Ms. Samuels was building an industry and grabbing up market share before the plus-size market really developed into what it is today. Back then, it was all about sweat, capital, and hustle. I want you to say it with me. Sweat, capital, and hustle. Say it with me. Sweat, capital, and hustle. It's true today. Angela invested in herself, and she invested the time. And after decades of dedication, she's here today as our recipient of the Jackie Robinson Fortitude Award. Now let's go back a bit. From Angela the Dragon to Angela the Street Hustler. She told me about selling out of her trunk of her car. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, when was the last time you heard of a woman, a beautiful black woman, selling anything out of the trunk of their car? I thought so. Maybe you might know one. But when's the last time that person went from selling out of the trunk of her car to selling out racks of clothing in Yorkdale Mall? Hey. Well, that's a very special kind of lady that we have in our midst. Miss Samuels, who grew up one of 6 kids. And if that didn't teach her survival skills, then growing up in Jane and Finch did. In the early stages of her life, she began working in the field of social work, an industry where she has a child and youth degree in. She began to encounter young women who suffered from extreme self-esteem issues because of their size. And with her experience in the modeling industry, she knew that there were no images for these girls to look up to. She said something very powerful in her interview. She said, I have to get ahead of these girls instead of being in the end after the damage done to clean up the mess. This drive that Angela developed turned her into an entrepreneur, so much that she would drive around the city with clothes to sell in every corner of the 6. Not just any clothes to any person, but she had a target market approach where she offered clothes to help plus-size women regain their sexy, but maintain their dignity and sophistication. change their clothes on Angela's suggestions. All of this was happening as she was balancing working at the time. The approach is very simple. Find your customer and cold call with a simple pitch. Hey, I have some fun clothes. Would you like to look at it? Try this. Years ago, I found a connect with some Chinese slippers. You know the little Chinese slippers you get in Chinatown? True story. My brother would tell you, true story. Got them for about $2 or something. Yeah, Scarborough. And I said, man, I can sell these for $5. You know downtown, when the clubs let out, right? And the ladies whose heels have hurt their feet, now they're walking around barefoot. And so I tried to sell them for $5. It was humble, I thought it made sense. Now the amount of rejection and disrespect from men and women was too much for me to endure. I think my business the last 2 days and all my aunties got Chinese slippers right now for Christmas. True story. Yeah. Maybe I should have used your line. Hey, I have some fun shoes. Would you like to look at it? No, maybe not. That's creepy. But that's the thing about your path, and I want you to understand path. When I say path, it's P-A-T-H. P-A-T-H. Your purpose always teaches how. Your path, your purpose always teaches how. She learned how because it was her path. Simple, her purpose. One very important fact to know, entrepreneurs, that she was able to save a substantial amount of money. And it was through this ability that allowed her to open the door to her next dream. And this dream didn't really have a door, it really kind of had a gate, probably. Opening her first store in Toronto's elite shopping destinations. Sounds achievable today, yes. But can anyone in this room tell me, 20 years later, after she was the first to do it, who's done it since? Let's even increase our chances of getting an answer. Let's include black men. How many have storefronts in Yorkdale, Dufferin Mall? 0. Blank. That's exactly what I thought. So this should help you phantom who this woman is. Because she didn't just open up her store in Sheridan Mall, but it's also in Fairview Mall and Dufferin. Make some noise and Scarborough Townsville. And Queen Street with the hipsters. And now, in the Heartland Town Center, Mississauga. But the thing that was missing from every one of the grand openings that she witnessed, the thing that motivates people to do things the most is taking the credit. Feeling like a boss. She spent most of her life as undercover boss. She refused to do it publicly because who actually owned Voluptuous was a secret. You see, when she first attempted to open her first store, she was told to come back with proper representation. She didn't really know what that meant, neither did I. But she figured it out quick. Proper representation meant someone that the storefront owners and the mall management could relate to, someone they can believe in, not a black woman. The industry was run by older white men, and they would never offer a space to her, selling goods of an unproven market, in an unproven marketplace. Remember I said your purpose always teaches how, her path. So she figured out quickly what to do, and she found a white man named Jerry. He said, I'll take you to the mall. She told him what to say, he rebranded it, put some big words in it, sold it to the mall. That was her first store. Make some noise inside Square One. Now as her business grew, so did her family. She began to have children and began to truly make things difficult for herself. If life wasn't difficult enough managing multiple storefronts in multiple malls. As a single mother, because the father was out of the country, she had to balance running her fashion franchise while being a mother. And at this time, being the buyer, the accountant, the payroll, having to continue to do all those tedious tasks. She told me while she was pregnant, she still had to travel to the U.S. to buy clothes. And at the time, she had to hide her pregnancy. You see, you couldn't board a plane if you were expecting, because that's what people do, right? They go to America, have a baby, now it's an American child. So she had to wear baggy clothes to hide it. Every month, she had to be there. Her store depended on the inventory. Even when she had a due date, she had to pray that it didn't come on time. Now the process, I'm going to explain to you quickly, of stocking these stores was daunting, to say the least. Especially for a woman who was days away from delivering a baby. The process consisted of walking blocks and blocks looking at clothes in New York and LA. She told me a story about her firstborn while she was waiting for that baby to come. And once it passed her due date and her stocks was getting low and her shelves were getting bare, she had to go. And when she came back, as soon as she came back, the doctor induced her. But she didn't even have any downtime. She had to get back to the store. And that's where she credits her family, especially her mother, who had a full-time job. And while she's bringing her baby, her newborn baby, to work with her and breastfeeding this child in the store, she had mom there to come in after work and relieve her and help with the baby. During this interview, this is a moment, a special moment, where we both realized something. We realized that the work she accomplished was truly special. That her failures were not losses, but gains. You see, she gained the experience that led to a greater amount of expertise that helped her become the businesswoman, the mogul she is today. She also realized that she deserved this award and belonged with those names that you saw listed prior to me presenting today. And I was reminded of the true power of a woman. Once they're empowered and encouraged, there's nothing they can do or achieve. And with this being the month of Mother's Day, I realized that there was no better person to receive this award than a supermom who is a beacon of light for other mothers who are struggling, balancing their professional careers and their dreams.
Amen.
I'm sure she'll tell you that she shares this award with her mother. And from what I understand, with the unconditional support of her mother that helped her get to this point. She told me about her mother selling her home to support the business. Her mother actually then quit her job so that she could work at the business while Angela continued to grow her empire. Right now, she's focused on selling online on her website, creating a storefront environment that welcomes plus-size women from all walks of life to discover their sexy. Her advocacy campaign, Sexy Black Moms, helping reframe how the world perceives black moms today. I asked her about sharing some words that she'd share to those young girls who first inspired her decades ago, and she simply said, "There is no giving up. Whenever anything bad happens, there is no giving up." So right now, I'd like you to give up a big time round of applause. A big First Friday's applause. Tonight's Jackie Robinson is recipient of the Business Excellence Award, Angela Samuels. Play the video.
Angela, please come to the stage. First Fridays and the Advisory Board are very pleased to present you with this Jackie Robinson Fortitude Award for building a great business and overcoming the odds. Congratulations. We'll just get a few pics before you say a few words.
How are you?
Okay.
Congratulations on the scholarship. Very cool.
Thank you.
Very well deserved.
Come here, baby. I brought that the little baby that I had the day. She's now my 13-year-old princess. 13. A basketball player on scholarship at one of the best private schools around. I brought her here so she realizes that there is no giving up. From you were born, I've been telling you, there is no giving up. Right? And one day you're going to stand here in front of me and you're going to be accepting your award because there is no giving up. That's right. There is a gentleman in here. His name is Paul Basil. He has been my friend. He's been my husband. He's been my social worker. He has played every role that he could since we met in high school and developed me, and he helped me, and he stood beside me. And he's the reason why I believe that, beside every great man stands a great woman. Amen. He taught me that. And he made sure today that he didn't miss it. He did whatever he could to get here and to support me. And I appreciate that man for that. I also have a few girlfriends in the house that held my hand, and I want to let them know that you're my hero. You women inspire me. When things got really, really tough, you said, come on, Angela, there's no time to feel sorry for yourself. We got work to do. Let's get to work. And these women said that to me. And for the women that I heard today, for the stories, people come in, I heard a lot, like, times have really changed. People are like, waiting to get something, waiting for something to happen. I don't believe in that, waiting for something. Go get it done. There were so many, I was reading everything and I'm there, what are you waiting for? You have it right there in your hands. Go and get it done. What if you never get that big $100,000? Does that mean that dream never happens? Voluptuous was started with zero money. Nobody gave me anything. I never had anything. I came from Jane and Finch. I came from a mother on welfare. I was not supposed to be where I am today. This little girl knows nothing of that. I did it because I believed, and I believed there was no giving up. Get it done. Done. So for all you people today starting a business, look at how you can get it done. Get it done. It's not you paying money. And I wanted to thank the organization there. This is the first award I've ever gotten in my whole life. Just because I couldn't stand in front of my business. I couldn't be a proud black woman. And when I see all the women today standing in front of the business, I'm proud of them. Because times have changed. And I'm proud of who they are, and I'm like, go do it, get it done. So I thank you for giving me this award. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand beside my next generation, because this is why we're all doing it, right? Right. For this generation. This is why we get up, work hard for this. So I made sure she was here today to see you were you're my legacy. So let's get it done, baby. Everybody
Samuel. All right, congratulations, Angela. We always, no doubt,